What's up, everyone? Welcome to Say What I Mean on Facebook Live, and I'm doing this on YouTube. So, if you follow me on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share the video, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Go to Say What I Mean on Facebook. We're starting to have discussions on there. So, yeah, we gonna keep it pushing, and hopefully my cats, because if you hear any noise in the background, it's probably my cats running around. It's like they have a sixth sense. Whenever I'm about to record or doing something, that's when they the most active for whatever reason. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. But let's get back on topic, and that's the theme of my show today, is to stay on topic because so much been on the media, and you have different people, different groups trying to change the topic from police brutality, police killing unarmed black people, or police just killing people in general unjustly. That's the topic at hand. And it's been so many distractions, so many people trying to bend the conversation in a different direction. But we're not going to do that. We're going to stay on topic. So, I want to talk about specific reforms that's out there because we finally getting into the conversation of police reform and what it's going to look like. We have a proposal from the Minneapolis City Council. We have proposals from Democrats in Congress and from the House and Senate. So we'll see where that go. Um, we have celebrities, we have companies making statements. So I don't know. Let's get into it. First, I want to talk about the reforms that's out there because that's been my thing. For those of you that been following me or know anything about me, I always go to what what's the next steps? And the next steps is specific policies. So one proposal out of Minneapolis is that they are going to disband their police department. I don't have much commentary on that because the details is lacking. I don't know what they mean by disbanding. From what I'm gathering, they mean they going to kind of redirect certain resources that was going to the police department, maybe into mental health and to other areas. But exactly how that's going to improve the situation, I don't know. To me, you'll still have the problem of you have the wrong people doing the job. That what it comes down to me. Is all these proposals is nice, and I'm going to get into some of them, and I agree with most of them. But the problem is accountability. You can have all the rules on the books that you can, but if there's no accountability, it's not going to make much of a difference. So that's where I come down on it. Now, the proposal in Congress from House Democrats and in the Senate is they're going to ban chokeholds, which I agree with. Chokeholds shouldn't be allowed. A lot of police departments have banned them already. And again, it comes down to, okay, what if a police officer do a chokehold? What's going to happen? Are they going to get prosecuted? Are they going to get fired right away? What's going to be the outcome of that? So that's what it comes down to. Also, they banning no-knock warrants, which, again, I agree with because that's what happened with the Breonna Taylor situation. It was a no-knock warrant. The police claimed that they knocked, but that's the problem again. What's going to stop the police not from knocking or in following this law anyway? Because if they can just say that they did it. And again, it's about accountability. If these situations have taught us anything by now, it's the fact that the police reports and what they say A lot of times it's not accurate. We've been saying this for years, but the media, before all these videos was coming out, would give the police department every benefit of the doubt, every benefit of the doubt they can. They would assume what the police said was accurate, and we finding out that's not true. The case in Buffalo, where that 75-year-old man was pushed to the ground, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if he burst his eardrum, where he just started bleeding from his ear. Um, that shows you, because in an official report, they said the man tripped. How did he trip? He tripped because he got pushed. Left that part out. So yeah, these police reports is not accurate. So you kind of still dependent on accuracy from people that have every incentive to lie. And again, that is the problem. It would require local police departments to send data on the use of force to the federal government. Again, I agree with it. How they going to enforce that and make sure the numbers is accurate, that's a different story. I would want a little bit more details on that, but that's a good proposal. It will allow state attorney generals to create an independent process to investigate misconduct or excessive use of force. Now, that's a key provision. That is a great provision. I agree with that 100%. Although I would prefer what Andrew Yang said and kind of have that go to the federal government in the Justice Department and create a division there. I'll prefer that because it's even more separation from the local police departments. But this one is still pretty good. I like that proposal as well. It would limit military cells to police departments because our police departments are heavily, um, they have all these military weapons, and like, for what reason? They have grenade launch, all sorts of stuff they have. And you like, why does it like a military department, not a police department? So it would limit these cells, but again, I don't know what that means. What do limit means? Can they buy a tank? They can only have like 2 tanks and not, 10. What do limited mean? Can they have 3 grenade launchers and not 15? So again, I want a little bit more details of what limit cells means, because right now that's too broad and I have no idea what that's going to lead to. All right. So in other proposal, I know like almost everybody's saying that we need more body cams, and that is good. Um, my thing is, what's going to happen if a police officer turn their body cam off, or they say they forgot to have it on? That's what it comes down to. Again, accountability. That's what I want to hear. Okay, so incident happened, no police, no body cam. What's going? Is it going to be automatic suspension? Are they automatically going to get fired? So these proposals is good, but I think it need to go a lot further. But at least we getting that ball rolling. We getting that conversation started, which is good. I want to talk about, you have a lot of companies right now. Almost every company is putting out some sort of statement. You have a lot of different celebrities speaking out, and a lot of it just lip service. Like you had Justin Bieber make a statement like, "Yeah, I profited off of black culture, so now I'm going to support and fight for equality for black people from this day forth." Like, whatever, what you gonna do? You're not gonna do nothing. And after that racist song, yeah, I highly doubt you do anything. I think a lot of these companies and a lot of these individuals feel obligated to say something, and they don't really mean it. But could this help? Yes and no. Like I said, a lot of them don't meet it, but if if it does create an atmosphere where people are saying that enough is enough, and something need to be passed that could be helped, even if some of these people is not sincere. But to all the celebrities out there, if you want to show that you are serious about it, that you are sincere, you need to support specific legislation. You need to do just a little bit of research, excuse me, and get behind some of these bills. Get behind a national use of force. Get behind accountability. So I think that might help. You know, the more people speaking out about specific policies, the better. Instead of lip service, because anybody can just say, "Oh, I think what happening is wrong. Let's come together." Okay, but what is the solution? Do you support a national on a federal level use of force bill where if the police officer violate this use of force, it's jail time, specific consequences? Do you support that? Because the time for lip service is over. We need real solutions. Because if we don't have any real solutions, what's happening now is going to happen all over again, and we're going to be in the same situation. You know, um, so yeah, no more lip service, real solutions. Now, the reason why this show theme is let's stay on topic is you didn't have a few different people speak out and change the subject. We talked about Drew Brees. He apologized. Do you accept his apologies? That up to you. You had the head coach of Clemson, Dabo Sweeney, changed the topic again. He wearing a football matters shirt and saying all this nonsense. That to be expected because he was very vocal about being against Kaepernick in 2016. So I'm not surprised about that. Um, and you have other groups saying stuff like, all right, for black, Justin Smith said that for Black Lives Matters to be legitimate, they have to include LGBTQ issues. You have Billy Porter say the black community relationship with the LGBT community is similar to white supremacy. So you have people throwing all these different things out. So let's address some of this. First of all, the comment that the black community relationship with the LGBTQ community is similar to white supremacist relationship to black people is absolutely ridiculous. It makes no sense. First of all, black people don't have that much power. You know, um, that's one of the issues. And I don't know any black people, and if there are some, it's not a lot, that is advocating that the police be able to get away with murder on LGBTQ members. Again, let's stay on topic. This whole situation is about no accountability for the killing of black people. That's what this is about. I don't know, even black people I know that don't support stuff like gay marriage is not advocating for LGBTQ members to get murdered. That's the thing. So um, you have things like Trayvon Martin. You have stuff like these police shootings and police killings, right? Where actually have people defending these murders. It's not, it's not like that. We are not advocating for LGBTQ members to get murdered and defending when they get murdered. And another difference is if a black person killed a LGBTQ um, member on camera, they're not going to get away with that. If it's on camera, you're not going to have people defending that and saying, oh, what was the LGBTQ member doing? Why? It was their fault. No, it's going to be none of that. That black person is going to go to jail. It's not the same. What happened to us, we are getting killed on camera and there's still no accountability. So it's ridiculous to compare. You can't compare this. Now, if you want to fight for LGBTQ rights, I support you. I I don't think they should be discriminated against at all. I don't think anybody should be discriminated against. You know, do they face discrimination? Yes, especially when it comes to stuff like housing. Housing discrimination for LGBTQ members is a big deal. But again, we don't have power like that. Yes, there's black people that own houses. There's black people that's in management, but on a macro level, it's not us making a lot of these decisions. A lot of people want to talk about trans individuals getting murdered. What a lot of them fail to mention is a lot of it is due to economics. A lot of trans people get discriminated against in the workplace. Again, who making most of those decisions in the workplace is not black people. So I can go on and on about that, but I think y'all get my point. It's not the same. Let's stay on topic. The topic is police reform and how to stop these killings of black people. That's the topic, and we're going to stay on topic. We're not going to throw different stuff in the way to change the direction. No, no, we're going to keep the focus. We're going to keep our eye right on the target. We're not going to let somebody like Davo Sweeney change it to something else. Drew Brees found out we're not going to let him change the topic to something else. We're going to stay on topic. And I'm glad to see that a lot of us is not falling for some of these tactics. You know, um, yeah, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. Do other groups got issues? Yes, but right now we focusing on this. We gonna stay focused. We gonna stay on target, and that was the theme of the show. You know, um, so when people bring up all these different issues, you have one of my cats. I told you they're gonna be active today. Um, when you have people bring up all these different issues, I heard today that the head of the police union, my cat doing too much, right? The head of the police union, excuse me, in New York State said he tried to change the subject and try to make the cops the victim of all this, which is ridiculous. Um, he oh man, he definitely tried to change the subject. It was something ridiculous, but that's okay. We're not going to let him distract us. Um, he trying to say that these incidents don't happen a lot. It happened way too often. And like I said before, talk to some black people. They can tell you about some of the experiences that they had. One thing that was noticeable in that video, that it was almost all white police officers. Because, like I said, you talk to us, we can tell you some things. We can definitely tell you a few things about that. Um, he tried to make it seem like this incident with George Floyd was a one-time issue. All right, cat, chill out. But he tried to make this thing out with George Floyd to be a one-time issue, and not a continuous problem. It's more than that. It's more than that. You got Tamir Rice being killed on camera. Nothing happens. Killed within 2 seconds. 13-year-old kid. He didn't point his weapon, nothing. Soon the cop got out, shot and killed him. No consequences. That cop didn't go to jail. That's what we talking about. That's what we need to change. It's ridiculous. You know, you have Philando Castile, again, caught on camera, very respectful. Got shot multiple times by a scary police officer. Again, no consequences. We sick of this. Zimmerman wasn't a police officer, but again, this wasn't caught on camera, but every benefit of the doubt was given to Zimmerman, none to the victim. You know, talk about victim shaming. So we serious about this issue, and we are serious about this issue, and we are not going to let anybody or any group change the topic. We're going to stay focused. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you share the video, subscribe. Peace.